1,1910 days. That is how long Kingdom Hearts Union Cross lasted. Hello everyone, Kingdom Kid here with a final farewell to Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. This game was on mobile for 5+ years, and I loved every minute of it. Every minute of it where I played it, I started playing it, and I just enjoyed it so much for the entire lifespan. This video is just going to be me talking about Union Cross as a whole and how I felt about it and a lot of the changes. I'm not gonna mention all the changes, of course, because this is all the stuff that I just remembered. So all this stuff is just gonna go past everything. So let's talk about this thing first. The pet, or the spirit. This was not a part of the first run. I believe this actually came out around... Well, let's see here. I've trained it for a total 848 days, which is basically a total of 848 times. Which is basically how long it's been. So that's about a little over 2 years. Yeah, it's a little over 2 years. Close to 3. So this thing came out around the 3rd anniversary of the game. Or somewhat close to it. And this game, so many things have changed. Let's talk about the story here. Back when this game first came out, as you guys will see when the menu is done loading here, we had AP, and beforehand it used to cost AP to do story. It used to cost AP to do story bits. Now AP costs 0. And that was even before the shutdown. Like, I think they started doing AP as 0, like, I think last year or even earlier then. But the point is, it used to cost AP to do stuff. So, yeah. And the way you got AP was by, I believe you got AP when you reached certain levels at some point. But then, of course, it started letting go. And then you got AP by unlocking certain avatar boards. I can't remember the exact ones, but it's one of these gold ones around here that gave AP, so it's one of these earlier ones. And then eventually, as you guys see here, when you got to level 350, you started getting 5,000 jewels for every 50 level, which was great. I'm kind of disappointed. I kind of wish I was able to get to the max level of 999, but how you got level was Lux, and as you guys can see, I have so much Lux in order to get a level up. And the quickest way to get that is just by doing the raid bosses, which again is another thing that was different from how it was in the beginning. How you got raid bosses at the beginning of the game was you had to do like a certain number of story missions, or I remember there was a trick back then where it's like, hey, if you do this mission 3 times and then this mission, it will always give you a raid boss. And that's how you used to do it. Now, all you have to do is just go to the quest over here once this is done loading. I'm sorry that it takes a while to load. When it's done, now it's a weekly raid event. So you get this, and now it's like set up. Now, this is where the AP was. Obviously, right now it's 0 because they figure like, why bother? So yeah, these missions, you had a daily, weekly, and limited, which is usually the monthly. There was more, I think it was like always a certain number of, with the monthly, it was, I think it was always just a number of Lux. I can't remember exactly how much it was. Weekly was always 150 raids and 80 union missions. Cross missions, which is another thing got added, and I'll talk about that later. Daily, before it was, 1 quest and 1 raid boss, it used to be 3 quests, 3 raid bosses, and I believe it also was fight 3 times. No, I think that was weekly. That was a weekly thing. I can't remember exactly, but there was at some point it involved PvE at the Coliseum, which I will get to that after this. But yeah, now how it was with, or how it is with the raid bosses is just this. And before there was, you know, it showed like daily times, and it'll show the daily times on the banner there. of, hey, you do these times for more Lux, and those were where the AP was free. If before, it cost 90 AP. I can't remember when they implemented this. I think it wasn't, I feel like it wasn't too long ago, but at the same time, it's, yeah. So this is what I've been doing. But what I used to do was I would always do the big one. The one, not the beginning one, because as you see here, I take it out in one hit. But what I used to do was when it was time, like, hey, here is weekly, or here's the daily thing at, for me, it's 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then I think there's also like a 4 a.m. Central Standard Time one. You guys see right here? 2 a.m., 8 a.m., 2 p.m., 8 p.m., which is basically 10. That's 2 hours behind. That's 2 hours behind where I am. They used to have like monthly stuff in here too. Like I remember there's like, oh, hey, fight the organization, fight all that stuff. So yeah. Union Cross was an entirely new thing itself. So, and that's another thing that has like, hey, here's join at these times, the bonus times right there. 4 a.m., which is 6 a.m., 10 a.m., which is noon, 12 p.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m., 9 p.m., 11 p.m., 1 a.m. So you always do that, and you can do it as a party or such. And you just meet up with random people, which is cool. So I again, as you guys saw when I did when I showed the stuff, I still need to complete some of the stuff for today, and I only have 15 hours to do so. I will be able to do it because by the I got an hour until noon, which is where majority of people will be doing this, and plus this already counts as like one, and I'm like a little less than half there too, so I'm not too worried about getting all the jewels required for this. But yeah, if you do it the way that I did it, where it's like, hey, join with a party or whatever yourself, you can just like, and since I'm by myself, I can keep going if I really wanted to. So you see, I can play again. Otherwise, that thing would be blanked out because you gotta wait until a second person pops up. But if you were only doing it by yourself, then you're kind of SOL. So there's that. What else? Oh yes, the Coliseum. So the Coliseum, I believe, was always there, but it was always PvE. There was no PvP. And as you guys see, that event was gone. I think in May was when they got rid of it in May. So, but PvE is still there. The specials, these things are still here, but now you can't unlock. You just have to do them daily now. So as you guys see here, if you unlocked it, which was the weekly jewel extravaganza thing that they always had, you get everything, and then eventually they added like a whole, hey, here's a special banner that you only get if you did do that, which is kind of cool in a way. I did at some point always do buy that. It was only 15 bucks, which wasn't a lot in my opinion, but yeah. So that's that. The shop is another thing. You know, they always had special banners and everything. The draw point deal was something that got added, and I enjoy that a lot. So I have 19,500 jewels left. I honestly don't know what's going to happen with my jewels, so I am going to spend them all here, and I'm actually just going to spend them on the ones that cost 500. Because I actually got a medal that I didn't have before. As you guys saw when I was training with the Spirit, it was that Genie Valiform medal. And actually, holy crap, that Behemoth medal, I think that Fujin medal, and no, I've had that one before. But, oh, maybe I guess I already had Fujin before. That's fine. But yeah, no, I find it hilarious that I got some new medals. And honestly, I think this is the only way I can get new medals now is by doing these. See, I got the Pete. The Musketeer Pete one now, too. So, not that it matters for this, but again, I honestly don't know what's going to happen when offline mode happens. So, but no, there's more to talk about, like the title screen itself. The title screen changed so much over the years. The first one with the characters on the roof, and then it became, ooh, I don't think I've had that Elsa. I did not have that Elsa. Nope. It was the characters on the roof, and then it eventually became Scald and Ephemer and Acherothi were there. And then it became the all the new Union leaders. And then it became the one that is now. I don't think... Is it that Zexion? Nope. I've had all of those. Okay, that's totally fine. But yeah, there's just so much that's changed from this game, from the first year to its current year. And I'm going to be sad to see this game go. I've had a blast with it. And you guys know, it's my longest series ever. Oh, hey, I got Toon Roxas. Sweet. Which is just the manga Roxas, but still. I've enjoyed this game. I'll do 2 more draws. I've enjoyed this game from start to finish. The story was really incredible, and I loved it. I'm hoping that at some point they will release it in some shape or form, where possibly on consoles or something. Oh, hey, I never had that Vanitas before. Actually, have I had that Vexen? I don't know. No, probably not. No, I did. But that's one of the things, is like, it's unfortunate that the only way that this game could be experienced is on mobile. Not that it's a bad thing, but at the same time, it's like, I honestly can't remember what they're going to do with offline mode. I think I think it's just going to be something where it's like, oh, hey, you'll be able to see everything and such, and yeah, so yeah, watch all this stuff. Now, yeah, my medals here, so many medals. Let's actually go to my medal collection, which is, where is it? Album. I never wavered either. I never changed my party. So I've had, my completion is 91.2% of this, of 1,761 out of 1,930. I've had a good collection of these. Unfortunately, a lot of the ones I'm missing are ones that were like special events ones that they never really got back. Or as you see right here, it was a 4-star Mushu. Actually, no, was that a 3-star? It was a 3-star. That's right. That's another thing that they never changed. It was always a 1, then a 2, and a 3, 4, 5, and then a 6. It was 6-star was always the maximum thing. Then they eventually added the 7-star. Even the Novas, the Supernova was not a thing either back then when that got added. So there's so many things that changed that you might not even realize changed. And it's just incredible, like, how much this game changed and everything. And yeah, like, you just scroll through this and look at all the medals that I'm missing. Like I said, it's basically 9% of it. So I'm honestly surprised, like, how high of a medal count I've had. Like, and I've mentioned this before in one of my videos of this, is I wish there was a way that's like, hey, you don't have this medal? Buy this for like 100 jewels or something like that. If they did that, I would have so done that. So much. Because, like I mentioned, a majority of the medals that I'm missing are... Obviously, some of them have to be previous ones. Like, those earlier ones were all ones that have to be like the 3-star or 4-star. But you never get those anymore. You only get like 7 stars now. So you'll never get those stars again. So, or there are like ones that were like only special ones that like, oh, hey, here's like these right here. These Hainer and Pence and Olette ones. The only way to evolve though, I remember you got these medals by doing Union Cross stuff. And this was before I really got intense into collecting all this stuff. Was how these medals evolve is you have to have like 5 other copies of it and then evolve it into their next medal. And then in order to evolve to this one right here, you needed to have like 5 sea salt ice creams. And then it was a combination of all 3 of those or something with the ice cream. So I kind of like that in a way. It was like, oh yeah, like the combination medals. We'll get to that eventually. But there was like the 101 Dalmatian setups here too. They had that as well where, yeah, see right here, that was another thing. I spent tirelessly trying to get all of these Dalmatians. So they had puppy 1 through 99. So that was a lot of medals right there. See, right there. All the way to puppy 99. And then they made it from like 1 through 6. So then they added 1 through 6 and so on and so forth until they got 97 to 98. Or 97, 99. Even though that's only 3. But all the other ones were like 5 or 6. Or something like that. And then they had 1 through 36. And 72. And then Pongo and Perdia. And then you didn't get the 101 Dalmatians one until you had like them all leveled up type thing. So, again, I actually kind of like that in a way. But I wish they like made it more so easy to get them and such. But the only way to get them was in Union Cross, and it was always kind of the luck of the draw to get them. But I spent I remember that thoroughly, where I just kept going and going. Now, where is it? I believe all of the medals from here down. Nope, okay, these are all still 6 stars. So right here, the Waka. All of these medals from Waka down are all 7 stars. Now, there will be some, I believe, that are both 6 and 7 stars, but this is when they started doing the 7 stars. So, of course, these all count as different medals, which is kind of cool. I'll cut that out. But, yeah, so, and yeah, see, these are 7-star medals that I'm missing that I don't even have the 6-star medals for. All of the medals I have are actually already 7-star medals. I was about to say, is that my sword medal? No. So, yeah, it's, and actually, yeah, see, right there, there's that behemoth that I just got. I would assume this has a 6-star counterpart, but I didn't see it up there. But it should, honestly, I believe that should, if you get the 7-star, you automatically get the 6-star one too, I believe, which is weird. Or something like that, so, I don't know. But, yeah, it is something that, like, even just, like I said, going through the medals, you can automatically already tell, like, oh, yeah, like, so many things have changed and everything. And not only that, but also just thinking about, like, all the medals as a whole. Don't do that. Like, all the medals that we got, like, okay, I guess they don't count as a 6-star because I didn't see the Roxas Tune one up there, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, like, just going through, like, you guys saw earlier, there was a Moana and Maui medal. Like, there's so many medals that, like, here are characters that didn't even show up in Kingdom Hearts, and yet there's medals of them. Like, these Final Fantasy Chronicles characters. Record keepers. Like, that was a whole event. It's like, hey, here's an event with Final Fantasy Record Keeper and Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. And I believe that's where that's where these medals came from too. So it's really cool. And then the new DuckTales, it was awesome. And of course, how you got to the 7 stars was you need the blue fairy medals here in order to get them there. Now here we go. This, from here on down, this is where we get 6 and 7-star medals. So you see there, the Axel, that's a 6 and a 7, 6 and a 7, 6 and 7, so on and so forth. Yep, see, right here. Here's the Musketeer Pete. That's a 7-star, and that one, would it be its 6-star counterpart? Which I guess they are not going to give me, which is kind of unfortunate, but yeah. So, as you see here, I only have this Psylocke as a trait medal, but with the trait medals, that's also something that got added, whereas how you used to get the traits, which I don't think was even a thing at the beginning. I don't think I hit the shop instead. Was traits. I don't think traits were a thing at the beginning. So, obviously the special traits got added with the spirit, but the trait was if you leveled it up with a medal of its own, then it gets like a trait of either like, 1,000 extra attack, 2,000 extra defense, 60% of more damage to ground enemies, air enemies, resists the poison, paralyzed, all that stuff. I might be wrong on that because I feel like that might have been something that they did have at the beginning, but for the life of me, I can't remember. So it may or may not have been a thing, but that's not a big deal, I suppose. But yeah, so that's basically it in a nutshell about like all the stuff that was changed and different and such. And I'll always say this: Kingdom Hearts Union Cross was always a good game. It may not have been the best Kingdom Hearts game, but it did have the best ending, I would say, out of all of them so far. Maybe not the best, but it did have a good ending. No matter what anyone says, it did have a good ending. And I hope that however you guys experience Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, you guys will remember it fondly. Oh, that's awesome. I actually have 500 jewels left. So the weekly, you'd always get 1,000 jewels because you 10 things with this. And I think, and the dailies would always add up to be 300, which each of them was like 30 or something. So, yeah. So, yeah. So that is it, guys. That is Union Cross. Now, I mentioned this before. There's probably some other changes that were different from when it was first implemented to now, but the Lux Boost, that thing right there, that wasn't added either, I don't believe. That was not a thing that was here at the beginning of the game. The beginner's guide thing, that's something that got added, I believe, on like in this 4th anniversary or something like that. So there's just so much things that were added or changed that for the better of this game as a whole, and I will always remember it fondly, and I hope you all do as well. So thank you all for watching this video. I know this was kind of just a rambling video of me about everything. And that Keyblade War thing too, that got added as well, because that Keyblade War was the end of Kingdom Hearts Key, which was the web browser version of this game that was only released in Japan. And that was the end of this. Well, this is technically a sequel of that, where you play through the events again, but you skip over the Keyblade Graveyards, the Keyblade War stuff. But then you continue on from there as well when you got to that point. And not only that, the different Keyblades as well. Oh, there's just so much stuff that this game has. The Keyblades, leveling them up to level 50 plus. I remember there was a level cap at some point, and now I think the level cap is 60 or something like that. I really wish that, I hate that this will, all the Keyblades except for Bad Guy Breaker, when you level them up, will get to level 10. Our Bad Guy Breaker is the only one that will level up to 10 more levels, while all the other ones will be 50.1, 50.2, and so on and so forth. I wish there was a way, I wish they implemented like, hey, if you have the required gems to level it up, go for it. Keyblade level up was always a thing. That was always a thing. But that 6th medal in the list thing obviously got added with the spirit as well, which honestly helped a lot in those missions. So, yeah. Proud mode. Proud mode was also another thing that wasn't a thing until later on, too. I believe that actually got added, I want to say when we caught up to the end of where Key ended. It might have been implemented later than that or even earlier, but that was also another thing. So you could go through the entire story again on Proud mode with more added stuff to it. But I digress, guys. That's going to do it for this video, this special video of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and let me know what your guys' fond memories of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross was. Let me know, what were you guys, someone like me? I have played it from day one, and I have always logged in. I have always logged in. 1,910 days. Over 1 billion money, a lot of avatar coins, a lot of money spent, a lot of money earned from the medals when you sold them. I sold over 1,000, almost 2,000. The materials one, I've only sold one thing from it because I think I only did that for a special thing. All the levels, like all the reverse medals too were also a thing that got added at some point. So that's awesome too. And then of course fusions, purchases with jewels, adventure logs. All of my those quests got completed. I believe that's also, you know, counting like when I do the quests to go do the raid bosses, all those objectives met, all those enemies defeated, pretenders, rare enemies, raid bosses, chest opens, all those avatar boards, rankings. There's my best rankings I've ever had. Best party ranking 13, best solo 20, best Coliseum a little over 2,000, best for PvPs. Just there's so much that got added and changed in this, and of course, yeah, this so much. There's so much about this game that I loved, and I hope they do something. Like, a lot of people are like, they have to like release it on console in some way, in some shape or form, or like they have to make it available for other people other than on mobile device, and I hope they do. I hope they do that someday. But again, thank you all for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give that like button a click. Comment down below what you guys liked about the video, didn't like about the video. And again, let me know, were you one of the guys like me who played this from day one and kept playing it every single day? I remember there was days I didn't do anything. Like, this was before they had daily missions. I would just log in just for the sake of, well, I logged in because I got free jewels that day, and I didn't do anything. If I probably did do stuff every single day like I had been when they implemented all those daily stuff, I probably would be at a higher level than I am right now. I honestly don't know. Like, obviously there's cheaters out there, as you guys could probably see when like the weekly stuff happens. Like, how the hell did they get so much Lux and such and such? But there are people that probably did get to level 999, which is the max level now. So, but yeah, let me know if you are one of the guys who played this from start to finish. What were your guys' thoughts about the ending, and what were your guys' feelings about this game as a whole? I've always enjoyed this game. I know a lot of people didn't at first because they're like, they said like, oh right, there'd be like nothing too story important in this, but boy howdy, that was wrong. It honestly is the most important story of the Kingdom Hearts series. It's the biggest prologue of the series as a whole, and it even has some implications to where they're gonna go in the future of the game as well, with Lucio and now the Masters returning and everything. So it kind of is this is one of the best. This and Melody of Memories are were the best middle ground games between the sagas. So I can't wait to see what's next in the Kingdom Hearts series, guys. So again, and hey, if you guys want to watch my whole series, there were videos in there that had nothing to do with story. If you guys want to skip those, I'd be totally fine with that. But my longest Let's Play series ever on my other channel, RPG Kingdom Kid, a link to my channel is in the description below. I'll even put a link to the playlist in here as well for you guys to watch if you want to watch from start to finish, and you can see for yourself how much things have changed from the first part all the way to now. So yeah, so thank you all again, and thank you Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, Square Enix, and everyone who worked on this game for everything. This game was phenomenal, and I've enjoyed it from start to finish, and I hope you guys did too if you guys played it from start to finish, or even joined it later on, or however, whenever you joined. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Alright guys, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.